Okay, let's take a look at page 16. Page 16, sorry, the page numbers are starting to come or cut off, but page 16, adding fractions with the same denominator, and then we're going to also be subtracting fractions with the same denominator today. Okay, so we're going to work between page 16 and 17, and it says to add fractions with the same denominator, add the numerators and leave the denominator the same. So if we have 2/5 of the bananas, we're going to add another 1/5 of the bananas. We still only have 5 bananas altogether, right? So we're going to add 2/5 plus 1/5. And we can set that problem up going across, or we can stack it like this vertically, okay? Either way is fine. We're going to solve it the same way, okay? I feel like seeing it horizontally, though, is a little bit easier to read it, okay? So, but if we see it vertically, we solve it the same way, okay? So to add the fractions, we are going to, let's just write some notes. Add numerators keep same denominator. And then finally, simplify. Because we learned how to simplify in a previous lesson. So we're going to add the numerators, keep the denominator, then simplify. Okay? So for number 1, we have 2/7 plus 5/7. 2 plus 3 is 5. I keep my denominator as 7. Then I have to simplify. Do a 5 and a 7 have any factors in common other than 1? Well, my facts of 5 are 1 and 5. My facts of 7 are 1 times 7. The only thing they have in common is a 1, so it's already simplified. Okay, I don't need to do anything else with it. Number 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. 4 plus, we keep the 4. 1/4 plus 2/4, 1 plus 2 is 3. Keep the 4. So I have 3/4. And notice this one's already simplified too, because 3 and 4, the only common factors they have is 1. I can't divide both my numerator and denominator by anything else. Okay. Number 3, 1/9 plus 4/9. 1 plus 4 is 5. I keep my 9 at 5/9. Do they have anything else in common to divide by? My factors of 5 are 1 and 5. My factors of 9 are 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. They don't have anything other than the 1, so this is already simplified. Okay? Take a look at number 4. In fact, I think quite a few on this page are going to be simplified for us, but let's look. 3/8 plus 4/8. 3 plus 4 is 7. My denominator is 8. If the numerator and denominator are just 1 apart, they're already simplified. Okay, 7/8. 4/9 plus 3/9. 4 plus 3 is 7. Denominator stays the same. Number 6, 3/5 plus 1/5. 3 plus 1 is 4. Denominator stays the same. Okay, let's look down at number 10. Let's look at number 10. 2/9 plus 4/9. 2/9 plus 4/9. Sorry about that. 2/9 plus 4/9. 2 plus 4 is 6. My denominator is 9. Now, what do a 6 and a 9 have in common? 1 times 6. 2 times 3 are my factors of 6. 9, 1 times 9, and 3 times 3. So they have a 3 and a 1. That means I can divide by the 3 to find simplest form. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So 6/9 was my adding answer, but then I simplify it and I get 2/3. Because if I have 6/9 of a pizza, that's the same as 2/3 of a pizza. Okay? Look at the next one. 5/8 plus 1/8. 5 plus 1 is 6. My denominator stays the 8. What do a 6 and an 8 have in common? 6, 1 times 6, 2 times 3, right? Those are the factors of 6. and 8. 1 times 8, 2 times 4. So I can divide by a 2. And let's take a look. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I have 3/4. Okay? Adding fractions, simplifying if needed. Subtracting fractions is the same thing. So for subtracting fractions with the same denominator, you subtract the numerators and leave the denominator the same. Subtract the numerators, leave the denominator the same. So if I have 4/5 minus 1/5, I take 4 minus 1 is 3. 5 is still my denominator. Okay? So I started with 4/5, took off 1/5, and I'm left with those 3/5. Again, we can write these vertically as well. So let's try a couple simplifying our answer. 5/10 minus 3/10. 5 minus 3 is 2. 10 is my denominator. But let's simplify. What are my common factors between a 2 and a 10? 2 I can multiply 1 times 2. And a 10 I can multiply, sorry, I'm going to just zoom it in a little bit for you. 1 times 10, 2 times 5. So they have a 2 and a 1 in common, which means I can divide by the 2. So 10 divided by 2 and 2 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my simplest form is 1/5. If I look at number 2, 4/6 minus 2/6. 4/6 minus 2/6. 4 minus 2 is 2. 6 stays the same as my denominator. And now what's in common with a 2 and a 6? Well, my facts of 2 are 1 times 2. My facts of 6 are 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. So they have a 2 and a 1 in common. I'm going to divide by the 2 being the biggest common factor. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. My simplest form is 1/3. Let's look at number 3. 15/24 minus 5/24. 15 minus 5 is 10, and my denominator stays 24. Now I have to find the common denominator between a 10 and a 24. So my facts of 10, 1 times 10, 2 times 5. My facts of 24, 1 times 24, 2 times 12. Uh-oh, I didn't leave enough room. 3 times 8, 4 times 6. And they have in common a 2 is the biggest. So we're going to divide by 2. Okay. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So 10/24 is equal to 5/12. Okay. Let's take a look down at number 10. We have 11/12 minus 5/12. Now they set it up vertically for us. Again, the steps stay the same. Subtract the numerators, keep the denominator the same. So we have 11 minus 5 is 7, and my denominator is a 12. Do a 7 and a 12 have anything in common other than 1? My facts of 7 are 1 times 7. My facts of 12, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. The only thing they have in common is a 1. And if I divide 7/12 divided by 1, I still get 7/12. Okay. Let's take a look at number 11. 4/10 minus 3/10. 4 minus 3 is 1, and my denominator is 10. I can't get simpler than a 1 in my numerator, so this is simplest form. Okay. Let's take a look at 12. 6/8 minus 5/8. 6 minus 5 is 1. My denominator stays an 8. Okay. What I'd like you to try today is I want you to try a few problems on lined paper for me. Okay. I want you to add or subtract fractions and simplify. Okay, I want the simplest form of your answer. So these are the ones I'm going to have you try. On page 16 and 17, I want you to do, I should have separated that. Page 16, do number, let's see here, number 15, okay. And on page 16, no, page 17, I want you to try number 7. So these are your two problems, and I want you to write them on paper. Number 15, you can either stack or you can go across, okay? So we are going to do 2/10 plus 4/10, okay? Find me that answer, simplified. And on page 17, I want you to do 5/6 minus 2/6. Find me that answer, simplified, and then turn it in when you are finished.